I guess. So I'll make this quick. There are individuals, evidently, that believe that the response of the left in this situation, I'm referring to the Gilroy Garlic Festival shooting, that the left is rushing to call this guy a conservative when there's no proof, they're saying. And it's weird because if I had seen this stuff maybe like a couple months ago, I'd be like, well, he's got a point. But I think this just further shows you the desperation of the right. That if they were really concerned about things like this, then they would have a problem with the comments that Trump makes that really legitimize this sort of violence when he talks about the press being the enemy of the people and things like that. If you really were concerned about that, but you're not. You right-wingers are not. So the only thing the right wing does in reference to these mass shootings is say, oh, well, you can't prove it. The Pittsburgh guy, well, he wasn't a Trump supporter. This guy at the Gilroy Garlic Festival had posted on his feed comments about Mexicans moving in and Silicon Valley people moving in. Why does that matter? Why does the Silicon people matter? The liberals, more than likely. Those are people that are living in the present, living in the conservatives more and more just living in the past. There's nothing really special about them. I'm talking about Trump's form of conservatism. They're living in the past. So he's angry about that. He's a partisan. I call them partisans now. That's what they are. It's almost like we are the rest of society, and they are. It's kind of like how the French partisans against the Nazis. They knew they couldn't stand against them in a large scale. They would lose. Many of them were tortured and killed. So they were like, okay, what we'll do is assassinations, bombings, things like that. And that's what's going on right now. They're engaging in a sort of paramilitary war against our society. That's why I can't understand, and it kind of angers me, this idea the left has that, well, we'll just take away all the guns in there. That, to me, that's nuts. That's a stupid idea. That's an unreasonable idea. Like I said to you guys before, if you guys know, and I'm sure a lot of you do, if you know that Trump is a fascist, if you know that the things that he says and does put us all in danger, why would you try to take away the few things we do have to protect ourselves from a fascist and from his little minions out here, like this guy at the Gilroy shooting, like this guy at the Pittsburgh mass shooting, like the guy in New Zealand. I mean, you had the guy at New Zealand actually say that Trump, Candace Owens, and who's the other girl I'm thinking about? Ben Shapiro were his hero. He said this. I'm not making this up. Read the manifesto. I'm not lying. So all you conservatives can do at this point is just say, well, one of his books was post-socialism and anti-Christian. So you think to be a white supremacist, you must be a Christian. That's a qualifier to you. No, man. What you people are doing is you're grasping for straws. You don't have to be a Christian to be a white supremacist. That's stupid. That makes no fucking sense. And I'm sure you have plenty of people who don't believe in God who are white supremacists. There's a difference. I'm not even going there. I've never even went there as far as religion. What I'm saying is these are people who have decided they're going to go to war with the rest of society. So we are all being hunted and we are all in danger. Whether it's school, whether it's church, whether it's work, we're all in danger. Conservatives are going into this bullshit about the content of the book is not pro-Christian. Where do you get this from? And see, that's all they can do is to dig into the technical. It's kind of like the right. That's what the right's doing. It's kind of like when OJ got locked up and they started digging away at the glove and it's a word for it, evidence, breaking the evidence down. You can't prove that he didn't do it, but it's evidence. That's all they're doing. I see it every shooting, and it's disgusting. Because if conservatives are really irritated or had a problem with that, then they do something about it. Like I told you about White Lives Matter. If white people, if white people felt as though capitalism or this extreme predatory capitalism we live under was hurting them, I would march with them. I would march with them in a heartbeat. I want y'all to understand that. I would march with them in a heartbeat. If that's what White Lives Matter was about, and it was about white folks recognizing that they're being hurt too, I'd march with them. But I'm not going to march with an organization. I'm not having anything to do with an organization that is simply set up to discount the black voice, the brown voice, the gay voice. I'm not going to do that. That's ridiculous. It's asinine. It's insulting. That's the word. It's insulting is what it is. Because all about downplaying the issues that black and brown people deal with on a regular basis. I've said it before. I recognize that women should be paid equal. They should. But at the same time, it's a lot of white women that voted for Trump. When they came out with the thing about grabbing by the women's genitalia, remember that? And then it was more women that came out over him. So at the end of the day, I can agree with them, but it don't mean it's going to help me in any way. Because like I said, a lot of them came out and voted for Trump. Don't forget that. Just because I agree with something that is being wronged to another party, that doesn't mean that party is going to do anything to help me. It doesn't mean that party is going to even agree with me. Shit. I'm not even saying that party's going to turn their heads and say, yes, that mass shooting was wrong. That shooting done against that black man there, shooting him in the back 8 times. I'm not even saying they'll do that. I'm just sitting there as a man analyzing things I see in the world around me. I don't think for 1 second that we're in the same situation to my feminism. I'm afraid of white women, white feminism, and black people. But anyway, I just think it's desperation. I think it's kind of disgusting. It's kind of disgraceful. I've lost all respect for the conservatives, for the Republican Party. I can say that. I've lost all respect for them. All respect whatsoever that I ever had. I think they're an immoral organization. I think that they have sold the farm for Trump. I think that, hey, it is what it is. I think you guys have no soul. I hope you enjoy your train ride to hell with Donald Trump. You're in the passenger seat of the train ride to hell. I hope you enjoy it. And Trump, he's shoveling that coal, man. He's shoveling that coal. He's just getting y'all to hell as fast as he can. I hope you enjoy it because I've lost all respect. And I'm a person that can look at things from another point of view than my own. I'm known for that. I was raised that way to look at things from the point of view of people that I may not have a lot of things in common with. Just to, give them that basic respect. I can no longer do that with the Republican Party. I can no longer do that. I'm sorry, I just can't. You guys have lost all legitimacy, all normality, and you've fell into the sunken place. Some people will say you were always in the sunken place. I don't know. But 100% I've lost all respect. I mean, we have to recognize when Trump made those comments about those women, the squad, and he said, they need to die. I mean, they need to go back to the country. It was 4 Republicans. 2 of them are not running for re-election. So what they did ain't gonna hurt them. They're private citizens now almost anyway. And one of those guys isn't even a Republican. He can't supposed to be an independent now anyway, Matt something. So you had one person with something to lose stand up and speak against Donald Trump. Out of the hundreds of people in the Republican Party, you had one person. I've lost all respect for them. And I think that this was something I had to see. I think this is an experience. This is something that I had to recognize. Because sometimes we think, positive people, we think we can fix things. Things can be fixed. No, there's no fixing that. They talk about, they used to always hear about if this happens, then you'll have a Republican president for the next 20 years. I think Trump is that guy. If things go the way I think they're going, I think Trump is that guy. I think Trump has alienated a lot of people. And I think they don't even recognize or even care about that. He has definitely crossed the Rubicon, several Rubicons, and full speed ahead, man. I don't think he has a consideration about it. You know, I think he has brought out for the world to see just how nasty, how racist, how selfish America really is, and I see how America's always been. You know, I just think that it is what it is, y'all. Peace.